Hello, you guys. Welcome back to your favorite episode. You may notice
podcast.
Oops.
Hopefully your favorite episode.
Hopefully your favorite episode.
Oh, that's
your
right.
favorite podcast, actually. But in all seriousness, we have not posted in quite some time due to some unfortunate losses.
Yeah, a lot's happened in the background of it all, so we had to take a step back for a bit, but I think we're ready to keep going. And yeah,
we cracked open a few cold ones for this episode because I know it's going to be a little emotional. So we are having a little beer here. We had an unfortunate loss of our grandmother who passed away, and then our family did have to travel back home to Illinois. And then while all that was going on, we also had a loss of a family pet.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of
back to back.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember Angel was scaring me a little bit because he was like, sometimes loss happens in threes. And I was like, oh my God, who's the third one? But
I have heard of that.
I've heard
but
that
prior
too.
to that, Catherine O'Hara died. She's a
Okay.
big name. So I'm like, I love her. So
I
1, 2,
did
3.
See that.
Maybe?
I
Okay.
started an episode of Schitt's Creek and it literally said like in memory of Catherine O'Hara.
Oh wow, they
Yeah.
already put it on
yeah,
there.
they already
Yeah.
put it on there.
Oh, man.
I think somebody said also Grey's Anatomy because McSteamy
Oh my God.
passed
Eric.
away too.
Mhm.
So I heard somebody say that for those of you who aren't keeping up with Grey's Anatomy, I am, and they put this tribute of Eric
Oh.
Dane.
I love when they do that stuff. But today's episode, we're kind of talking about loss.
The big D.
The big D word, death, and I guess how it really doesn't prepare you.
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
you're not prepared. Even though you know, because our grandmother was struggling with her health for a few years, but like even knowing that it is inevitable, you're still not ready for.
It's still a shock.
Yeah.
It comes so fast, and especially because she was my dad's last living parent, so I think it kind of hit us a little bit more.
And I was at work, like
Yeah.
at the office when I saw the text of like, hey,
Grandma not doing good,
and you know they think it's just now to unplug her, and I was like, literally had a panic attack. I was crying. Esme too, my coworker, she was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I was like, I didn't even know how to like tell
React.
her
Yeah.
anything, because I was just like, I can't breathe, like this is crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks, and it just, like I said, it just catches you so off guard, and you're not really ever ready for.
Because you sent the text, right, Mel? Who told you?
Well, Dad, I think he called me and he was like, hey, like your grandma's not doing well. I'll look at ticket prices or whatever for me, like so I can leave like as soon as like in the next few days. And I was like, oh, well, is like mom going with you? Like, what's going on? He's like, oh, well, just look at ticket prices and like we'll see when I get home. So like I looked at prices and I sent him some. Like he didn't really text me back, and he finally got home from work, and that's when, you know, like he was like, okay, well, like let's look at them. And then we called mom, and she's like, yeah, like I'll go with you, leaving literally that Thursday, February 5th. And I don't know what happened, like sin querer queriendo, I was like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna use sick time, I might as well go too, you know, be there for Dad. And all of a sudden Dallas calls. She got her ticket too.
I'm like, I'm going to, there's no way.
And
I wanted to
go.
go.
Michelle tried to get her ticket.
No, I wanted to go, but I think the cards were not aligned for me to go, especially because I have two littles. And so
Nora was like sicky a little bit.
she had like a small cold, so to me, I'm like, I'm not taking her
It was
through the
cold out
airport in the cold just to come back, because I think all of you guys came back with the cold.
We all came back sick.
So I was like, I'm not gonna, you know,
Good call
put
on
both
that.
of them
Yeah.
under that. So definitely, I mean, I wish I was there. I had such severe FOMO. I had such bad FOMO because I wanted to be there so bad, especially when you guys went bowling with all the cousins.
It
haven't seen
honestly
them in
was
forever.
nice. Yeah.
That was literally like the night right before we came
left.
back.
Yeah.
Like we really didn't do much the rest of the time.
But I
that
think
we
it
were
was
there.
because it wasn't,
Like,
we're
it just
treating it
wasn't
as
the
a
time.
vacation.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? We were definitely treating it as like a mourning grief period. So it was a
All
lot
together.
of, so it was a lot of, I remember, I think the second or third day don't know if it was like that Friday or Monday. We sat and we looked at pictures of her and like, oh, do you guys remember this time? And like,
just like all the memories.
It was really nice. It was really nice to sit there and like
super somber. Definitely super somber. And I know you guys traveled, and me and Angel were watching your puppies. And while they were out there, Arlo suffered a TBI, a traumatic brain injury. I'm not sure how that happened. There's so many things that Angel and I even tried to like
reason.
Dude, the whole time, me too. I was like, what could have happened?
Yeah, and obviously he's a little 7-pound boy, and the only thing was, did he fall down the stairs and hit his head? Was he playing with Luna on the couch and he fell down and hit his head? Like I had no.
Well, because the vet also said it could have been like he ate something or something. He ate something. Something bit him.
Did they say it was a traumatic brain injury? Or
no, they said
brain
he was
bleed.
like, no, they just said he was brain dead.
They didn't say like that's
any
all they
other
said.
information.
No, he was like he could have ate something. He could have been bitten by something. He could have fallen.
Something could have
but that he was brain dead.
Yeah.
Is what
so whatever had happened, it
was very sudden
triggered all of us.
Because it was literally Tuesday or Wednesday, so literally a week after we left, almost after we were told grandma, I'm told that, and then they're like, oh yeah, like we're gonna stabilize him, blah blah. So then and then the doctor comes in, he's like, actually no,
you can't do anything.
He's brain dead.
I recommend
they recommend that
we put him down. And so instead of having him suffer any longer with trying to help him out or doing anything, the best choice was to put him down. And the good thing is Angel's such a animal lover. You already know him. He loves any kind of animal, that guy. But he was there with Arlo, like holding him, petting him, telling him he's such a good boy, and just trying to be there for him because you weren't here, know, at the time, and it was for a good reason too, so it wasn't like you abandoned him or anything.
I think that was the hardest part, the distance.
Yeah, not being here.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was nice. We got his paw prints, his nose print. And Angel and I buried Arlo next to our Palo Verde tree, right next to Angel's family dog, Lola. So he's not alone. Yeah. He has company there, and we told Kalila anytime this tree blossoms, it's Lola and Arlo giving the tree vitamins. Cute. So it's very true.
Very true. But
and
Kalila got super
emotional. I want to be a tree too.
No, but I had Kalila the whole time. Every time I would FaceTime you guys, Arlo's dead.
Oh my God, that's the
Arlo's
first thing she told me. When
it's because
I was like, thank you.
It was her first experience ever with like death, like full on. Like we tell her like, oh, abuelita died or whatever. She's like, oh, she's dead. Never really grasping it. But I think because she saw Arlo and she saw us bury him and all of that, I think that kind of was like, oh shoot, like this is death. Like this is. She was literally on the wall crying, and her head down and everything, and she was like, Arlo, no. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna cry again. Here we go.
Oh
yeah, she has a big heart too, so
she does.
She's very emotional,
big emotions,
very big, and it's sometimes hard for me.
She's very big emotions,
big hearted,
definitely.
And I think it was crazy because I feel like I cried more for Arlo than for grandma.
Same, and I felt guilty admitting that.
Yeah,
I felt so guilty. I think because we grew up with grandma a little bit, but I feel like we were so young, and she was in Mexico like most of our lives,
because like two months every summer is a long time for kids, but like majority of the time she was in either Mexico or Illinois these last few years. So
we weren't like super close, but obviously we love our grandma, but we weren't super close, so I think that's why I think it was
also the shock of like seeing it, because we went in her room when she was still intubated and we saw it, and I think that like was very sad. But I think I was more emotional for Dad than for myself. Like I remember Melly.
It was really hard seeing Dad in there.
Can you talk about that? Because I think you mentioned it.
I don't want to.
Because I'll say what I saw, because I remember they were gonna like unplug her and have the time with her, and the siblings, you know, went in, like her kids, and Melly was like, I want to go, and Mel was like, do you want to go? And I was like, I don't think I can see that. So I was like, no. And then, like, not even a minute or two later, Melly comes rushing out crying, and I'm like, what is happening? She's like, I can't see Dad like that.
Well, was it after they had already, or they were going to? No, I think they had already.
Because they said you could sit with her.
Extubated her, and so obviously they were there, and they had like my tios on the phone from Mexico. It was just heartbreaking. It was really sad, and Dad was like crying. And Dad's a strong guy, so we usually don't ever see him like emotional. So obviously it was like just really tough seeing him like that and like crying to Grandma. I don't know. I'm about to cry again.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're crying this whole episode.
It's and you know what? That's another thing too that I'm learning to do is cry. Yeah. Because I told my therapist I don't know how to cry, and I think it's because we never saw Dad cry, and we probably saw Mom cry too much.
Feel or process our emotions.
We don't know how to feel, process our emotions, like none of that. So I think it's hard for us to cry because I don't know. We never really, really did that. I guess
and I honestly don't remember like grieving Grandpa. Because he died like 20 years ago.
I don't remember grieving Grandpa. I just remember Dad left for
just the time.
I don't know how long he left. Yeah. And I remember that's when he was going through a severe depression. We got the shit end of the stick on that part, but no comment on there. maybe crop that out. But we did. No, not gonna lie. We did get the shit end of that stick of Dad being super depressed with Grandpa passing. And so I was telling my therapist, I was like, I'm kind of like nervous this time around with Grandma passing. And so I was like, I feel like I'm bracing for something.
Oh yeah. I'm tense.
My shoulders were so like tensed up.
I'm tense all the time.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know, granted right now he is doing good for the most part, but I can tell
I will say this, he's been a little bit more crankier. Like little things kind of annoy him. Yes. That like didn't before, but he's now been like, oh, well, this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So Mom, I've been like not responding where I usually respond.
He's been a little extra tired too. Because also he wasn't working, you know, for a few weeks and he's older. And he got back that makes me sad. And so like, yeah, he came back tired his first day.
Dude, he was living it up in Illinois though. He was like,
that man's ready for retirement.
He was just happy, like, you know, he was happy to see his family and stuff.
His sisters, he was like clowning with his sisters.
Oh, yeah, he was like, talking crap.
You know how he is, but he was like clowning with them, and they were having a great time. It was honestly very interesting to see, like where we grew up. Well, not really, because we grew up more in Chicago, not that area. We lived there for like a year, if anything.
To Aurora.
Yeah, but it was still pretty crazy, like seeing them all grown up too, like all the cousins.
I know.
Oh so my God, crazy. Me and Melly were just so like, what?
Like, they were all little back then, and now they're all grown up.
And I got to meet a few of the kiddos.
Yeah, we got to meet the ones we hadn't met.
Yeah, I feel like I met everyone except probably 2 or 3 of them.
You haven't met Samuel. You haven't met Elias. Right?
I hadn't seen most of them in 15 years.
Holy crap.
Just the ones that like went to Mexico we saw recently. And then Santi and Tebas that came.
Yeah, it's been and that's crazy too, because like, you guys want to enjoy the time together, but you're also grieving.
Yes.
No, I know, like I found myself catching myself like a lot of the times, like, you know, when we would laugh or like be like happy about something, and then I'm like, oh my God, like
the guilt.
Are we allowed? Like, are we allowed to, like, you know?
Because we did talk about the customs of like, because we did the novenario, which if you don't speak Spanish or are Catholic, it's 9 days of prayer, rosario, rosary, to the deceased, and then you know, it's just 9 full days, consecutive days of doing that prayer. Yeah. So we started that while we were out there. And I remember too, they were saying like, oh, some people back in the day, she said some people still do this, but they'll wear black for a year or won't listen to music
like 6
for a
months
year.
To a year, she said.
I think Mom did that
for
with
Chelly.
Chelly, right?
Oh yeah, she did.
But they did say it depends on like the person, how long you want to do it, and then also the relationship. Like if it's like a cousin, obviously you probably wouldn't do the full year, but if it's like a parent, like you'd more than likely do the full year.
Yeah.
So that was also interesting to see, because I'm not Catholic, so I was
You're
at church.
far from it, girl.
I was at church every day.
I feel like we grew up Catholic, but not really.
I think it was forced on us a lot. And
Well, yeah, but it was mainly just like, okay, go to church and then do your classes for your first communion and
confirmation.
and then that's pretty much all we had of it. But like Brian, he grew up going to like a Catholic school and everything.
oh,
I
dang.
didn't know
I didn't know that.
Or Catholic. And so like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like some people
really
are
runs.
very, very much more. Some people are not.
Yeah.
But like obviously we consider ourselves Catholic growing up because that's the church we went to.
And we did the sacraments.
Exactly.
You know,
So yeah.
So I feel like we're technically Catholic, but obviously to each our own, right?
Not
But
practicing.
Angel is definitely into religion a lot lately, and I can't help but to kind of
I mean, you kind of want
cringe.
to. Yeah. I was gonna say you kind of want to lean into it, but
Well, I do and I don't, and I think is I'm just I don't want to say traumatized because it wasn't like I hate being Catholic, like no, but it's also kind of like church and the classes and all that was kind of like forced on me to have a quinceañera.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me, I'm like, I don't really want to do this.
like
you know?
it's
you
not
didn't
something that you
learn.
wanted, and
Like it wasn't the
enjoyed.
devotion of it all. It was just for the quinceañera.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for me, that's what I have like on my back, on my shoulders. Like I don't want to be religious because of that. But seeing Angel be religious, like he legit was talking about being Catholic and all this stuff last night, and he even started to cry. And I was like,
Cringe,
you know, like
for
I'm
you.
trying
Yeah,
not to
'cause it's
cringe because that's what he wants and that's what he loves, and he says I love Jesus, I love this, I love it, whatever, right? You know, good for him, whatever. But I'm like, I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll be there. I don't know if I'm going there. I don't know. But I respect.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, whatever. Like for Ash Wednesday, I'm the one that was like, let's go to the church so you can get your ashes and the girls can get their ashes and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah, well, that's really nice, babe. I'm so happy that you're, you know, leaning into Catholic. I was like, well, it's
actually
for
for
you.
It's for you. But that's good.
It's for
that
you,
support
but
him and what he
yeah,
likes
so I was
and-
like, we can do it, you know, like I'm not a hater on it or whatever. And this is the crazy thing. We go to English mass. I know nothing in English. I know every single prayer in Spanish. Every single prayer. I know all the prayers in Spanish.
Well, me and
Gotta learn
Dallas, we had known everything in Spanish from like growing up, but when we were doing our first communion and our confirmation, it was in English. So like
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
a little
wow.
bit tough trying to
So I know-
translate it.
So
yeah.
a lot of the times I was like, "Oh, can I say it in Spanish?" Because like they would test us, and like I would say it nicely in Spanish.
No, they would, and they would let us.
Yeah,
though.
like they would let us.
Well, like, yeah, you
they're
can do
like,
it.
as long as you know it.
Yeah.
I
pretty
learned
much.
them. I learned them both, English and Spanish.
I
The
only know
least
them in
Catholic
Spanish.
one.
Yeah, the
and
least
I know the Bible
Catholic.
front and back. It's
Lord have mercy.
insane.
Literally on
Genesis. I'm just kidding.
Genesis which chapter?
I don't know.
Okay.
Exodus.
No.
Psalm 42, because I think that's what grandma's is. No?
Oh yeah, Psalm. It's it's about grief.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting off track a little bit.
Yeah, we are. Back to death.
Back to what we were
God.
talking about. How so like this laughing while we're
Yeah,
in grief
yeah,
mode.
see,
I feel guilty, you guys.
Well, I don't feel as guilty now because honestly, this is going to sound harsh. Life does move on for everyone else.
yeah.
Unfortunately, that person that passed, like, I'm sorry, I'll grieve you, I'll be sad, you know, etc. But I can't stop my life because I have 2 kids. I have a husband. I have a job. I have all these activities with my oldest. Like, I have all these things going on. Like, I want to be sad every day,
Yeah.
but I can't.
No, and like now, so this is my birth month.
Yes.
My birthday's
March.
coming, and my dad's
Today's
birthday.
Paco's birthday,
Oh,
guys.
happy birthday, Paco.
87. Happy birthday, Paco. Shout out. I love you if you're listening.
She plays it for him. Well,
But yes, it's Dallas's birthday, Dad's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm kind of like, what do I even want to do? Because my plan was to do something, right? Like,
Well, didn't you plan Vegas for you and Dad's birthday?
No, Dad wanted to go to Vegas. Dallas was going to go on a solo trip for
I
her
was going to
birthday.
Vancouver,
True.
and I don't even know if I'm doing that still.
Well,
Probably not. It's already too late. But so
And
then
then-
what do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do for that? But I know Dad was kind of like cancel Vegas
Yeah,
because
no,
of Grandma.
I asked him, and he was like, I was like, oh, Dad, like, you still want to go to Vegas? Like, let me know. We can look up, you know, the hotels and everything now, like, before it gets later.
Yeah.
Last minute. And he's like, no, I don't want to go to Vegas anymore. And I was like, okay, well, you want to do something here? You know, we could do dinner. We could cook, you know, what your favorite, whatever you want.
It's hard wanting to celebrate your birthday when you lost
yeah.
someone, especially
Your
on
parent.
dad's shoes, a
Yeah.
parent, and then on Odalys' shoes,
Sad.
grandparent, you know. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's hard to celebrate and have fun when you have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, that's kind of the mindset I'm at. But I also know that she would want me to.
Like, continue.
Yeah. So that's kind of my mindset. So I don't know if I like, but yeah. So if I know she would want me to do something still, and so that's kind of why I'm like, I still want to do something. Either go downtown or have a dinner downtown. Like, just do something that I enjoy, because I know she would have wanted that.
Yeah, because I feel like grandma wasn't really ever that selfish. Ooh, talking about grandma and selfish. I went out to breakfast. I think we had invited you to Cracker Barrel on Sunday. You were probably still, you didn't want to go. Anyways,
I wasn't invited. Oh, I wasn't here.
No,
okay,
you weren't.
go.
Anyways, so it was me, Angel, the girls, and my dad. So we went to breakfast, right? And this.
I almost was like, wait, not mom, but she was in San Jose.
Mom was in San Diego too.
Sorry, go.
San Jose. But it was I don't know, it's making me feel weird right now even talking about it. But Angel left with Nora because he had to change her diaper, whatever, right? And then dad goes, oh, did you see the Facebook post that I sent you, like, through Messenger or whatever? Because he likes to send me, like, don't feed your daughter this, don't, you know, like, stuff like that about my kid. God. And so he was like, did you see the one? I was like, which one, Dad? You sent me like 30 of them a day. Like, I don't know. He was like, the one where you're not supposed to yell to your kids. And, and I was like, well, I don't really yell at them. I was like, I discipline, like, my oldest, because she's, you know, a little sometimes too much. And I'm like, we need to calm down. We need to count to 4, you know, whatever, right? And he started opening up about grandma. And he was like, well, my mom used to yell at me, and, you know, she was so rough with me. And maybe because I was like the troublemaker, and, you know, and he started to get a little vulnerable and emotional. And I was like, I was like, don't say nothing, don't cry, don't ruin it. Yeah. And so he was like, yeah, like, it just, you know, it sucks because it, like, you know, made me feel so bad. And then, you know, he was just like kind of being emotional. And then I didn't want to ruin it by being like, well, you did that to me, you know. But I was like, yeah, Dad, but see, you're your own person and you can change that. I was like, you know, no offense, like, you were kind of mean to me. And he was like, well, you were behaving better. I was like, why do you think? Because you were so rough with me, and, like, you know, And then I was like, I'm trying to change that for my kids. I was like, I'm doing therapy. I'm trying, you know, all these things so that I'm not putting that on my kids either. I was like, I'm not saying you were the worst parent, but at the same time, like, you could have been there a little bit more. And I think we were starting to get more vulnerable. And then I was like, well, talking about grandma, you know, what happened with all the paperwork and And at that time, Angel got back.
Freaking Angel.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ruins everything.
So we didn't continue talking about it, but just those little minutes of, like, him being vulnerable about grandma, and, like, you can tell he was, like, letting some guard down and whatnot. It made me feel so, like, I don't know, just weird, but also, like, oh man, like, my dad is also someone's son, you know. My dad is.
I know they were talking over there, you know, about, like, when they were younger, they didn't really have, like, much to eat, but, like,
that they would, like, trade. They
like,
would trade stuff. So, like, my
we'll
grandpa was a carpenter
or whatever.
Yeah, my grandpa was a carpenter, and he had, like, brothers, obviously, and that.
Oh my God, I wasn't there for any of this.
So so it was crazy. Like, yeah, we would trade them, like, carpentry work, and they would give us a costal de arroz.
Or like they would let, like, whoever sembrar in their, like, fields, and then
as long as they gave
cosecha,
them,
like, give us some from that, and, you know, whatever. So, like, things like that, like, you know, they, like, at least back then, like, se ayudaban más entre everybody.
Definitely.
And it was more of a community, and that's what they were saying too, that Illinois is very cold.
But yeah, I mean, definitely it's a different time. We're in America now, so I feel like you have to work for your things and whatnot, which is fine. You know, everybody is gonna work for their things, whatever. But at the same time, each
community is different, though. Like, you can be close to your neighbors or not.
Yeah, you can be close, definitely, to your neighbor. I'm close not super close, but I talk to my neighbor all the time, and we say hi and whatnot. So I feel like it depends where you're at as well.
Very true.
For sure. So speaking of neighbors, when are you going to Nashville? I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
How did we transition
Our
that?
neighbors in Nashville,
switching from being emotional and talking about death to talking about partying in Nashville.
I mean, yeah, a coin with two sides. Like, you know, like you said, life moves on. Like, we can still grieve while we still live life. And
that's a good. Off? No, nothing. That's good. I actually really like that because it's true. A coin does have two sides, and we can definitely grieve and have fun at the same time. But I am going to Nashville this month, March. Woohoo!
That's exciting.
We're going I'm going to a bachelorette.
We weren't invited, me and Dallas.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
But my friend's getting married, and so this is like it's kind of like a good thing for me too, and also not a good thing because it's my first time being away from Nora.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
I'm nervous. Angel's nervous. Everyone's nervous.
Nora's nervous.
She doesn't like bottle too much, but I think when I'm not around, she takes bottle. It's because when she's around me, she's like, "Mommy's the boobies," you know,
she knows.
I need that milk. But I'm hoping she does okay. She's starting solids, so I think by eating all that, I think she'll be full and happy and
hopefully.
But I'm excited.
Otherwise, you are coming back early.
I'm coming back early. No, but I'm excited for me because it's my first time out like that, and I'm like excited, nervous, like all of these feelings, honestly. But I'm excited most of all.
No, that's good.
Mainly excited.
Mainly, yeah.
A little bit poor.
I do feel
excited.
guilty. Yeah, a little bit poor.
I was gonna say, like, does it feel weird planning something so joyous and fun while we're like?
Yes and no. Yes, because obviously grandma passed, and I don't want to feel like I'm like, woohoo, I'm having so much fun. But I'm also kind of like what Melly was saying. There's two sides to one coin.
It's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, where I'm just like, hey, I'm allowed to have fun because I'm only human, and I'm also doing a lot of things for the first time as well. Mm-hmm. But obviously, I'm still gonna grieve my grandma. I feel like I think about things a lot more when I'm by myself, when it's quiet at night. Like, I feel like I think about it more. Yeah. So when I'm not alone with my thoughts, there's no thoughts up there. It's empty up there.
I think too, like my big thing is the ADHD. Don't see it, you forget about it type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Object permanence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the same with like Diacelli. Like this day, it's been 3 years? It's gonna be 3 years.
It's gonna be 3 in December.
And I'm still like, she's in Mexico because
we haven't
in my
seen
head.
It.
No, I've been.
Oh,
I've gone the past.
I haven't been in years, and so to me, I still think, oh, my Diacelli's over there.
You're still gonna think it.
Oh my God,
because it's the out of sight, out of mind thing of like, because in my head she's always just been in Mexico, and we can call her, and I'll visit her in July. Like, even now, I'll still be like, oh, my aunt, like, she's in Mexico. Or sometimes I don't even think about her because out of sight. Like, she's out of sight.
She's there.
I'm not, she's in the back of my mind in Mexico.
In the back of my mind.
So the same with, like, grandma. Like, sometimes I'll be just doing stuff at work and, like, laughing and boba. And I'm like, my grandma just died. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
Literally, we were at the airport, literally, when we were coming back. You know how we were waiting for our breakfast? One of, like, the workers was there waiting for his breakfast, too. And he, like, asked me about,
your trip,
yeah,
right?
He was like, did you have, like, a good vacation or whatever? And I was like, oh, my grandma died. Like, yeah, and he, like, his eyes. He was like,
fish out of water.
Yeah.
And see, that's the crazy thing is, like, death is such a taboo, like, thing to talk about, but it's normal. It's a part of life.
Shut up, because that reminds me at dinner, when I was in San Diego for work, at dinner, Esme was talking about how her brother-in-law or her uncle, I don't know, somebody started an Instagram account for their dog, and it went viral, and it's
awesome.
famous. And she was like, we should do that. She's like, don't you have it? And I was like, my dog's dead. And she literally went, you told me that. And I was like, it's okay. But like, I said it so deadpan because like in my head I was just like blocked, right? Like emotions put that away. And I literally was just like, oh, my dog's dead. And she was like, and then Christina starts laughing. She's like, you said that so deadpan. I was like, yeah, I mean, what?
It is what
Am I supposed to
is.
cry about it like continuously? Because I can. And I don't want to.
Yeah, well, and today was the first day you mustered up the courage to come see his
I couldn't, dude.
grave. How did
being
it
at
feel?
Being at the house, even with just Luna. there.
Girl.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it.
It's okay. That's sort of okay. It's okay to cry about it. We have to learn that. It is sad because that's your baby boy. You could take a minute.
Oh, when wasn't his birthday coming up too?
13.
He was gonna be 3 years old, guys.
He was a baby.
Little nugget.
Little mischievous boy, a 7-pound boy. He was the most cutest baby ever.
Literally, so cute.
It's okay.
But I think, like, with both losses, I'm definitely more intentional about my time. Like, obviously, I've been a little depressed because, I've been sick. Also, I've been sick. I had a cold and I couldn't breathe. So it's, like, multiple things happening. So lately, I have been more on the downside. But it's definitely, like, made me see things a little bit differently and, like, be more intentional with my time. And
Well, that's what I told Dad as well. And I was like, Grandma never really got to say a lot of things that she, I'm sure, wanted to say to her kids. Maybe wanted to say sorry for being cold or whatever, you know. So I actually told Dad to his face. I was like, maybe this is your time to realize that life really is short and it's only borrowed. And maybe change your views a little bit. And all that money you got, boy, that's not going with you down the grave.
Spend it.
That's because he's always like, you need to save money, you need this, you need that. I was like, I do have money saved, I do have money, but I also want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my kids. I want to make sure that they have what they want and need, but also that extra money. I want to be like, my kid wants to go to the jump park and go to a pizza and go play games and whatever. I'm spending $200 on her. I don't care. We can go and have fun.
It's memories.
It's memories. Making, yeah. And I was like, I want you to not regret it on your deathbed. That you should have been a better dad
too,
or
he
whatever.
Mentioned the other day, he was like, what? Because he would call her every Sunday. So he's like, ¿A quién le voy a marcar los domingos? And I was like, your siblings.
Yeah, call your siblings. 5 sisters in Illinois, 2 brothers in Mexico.
I'm like, that's your 8 hours, right? The 7 hours right there of your day, buddy.
Instead of saying like, who am I gonna call now on Sundays? Just say, now I'm gonna call. Reach out to your one sister a week or something.
No, I would say 20 minutes with each.
Yeah.
How
just
are
a
you
quick
doing?
call or
How's
even a text.
Everything's okay.
Like my tia Nana texted me the other day because she wanted the link to the bag that I crocheted. But she was like, oh, how's it going? And I was like, oh, it's good. How are you guys doing? And that's one of the things that we were talking about when we got back from Illinois. I was telling Michelle, like, we should hang out with, like, our uncles or, one day tell my tia Andres, like, oh, hey, you're going to be home. Like, we're going to bring food or whatever, like, so we can hang out at your house.
Because we used to do that.
Like,
I don't know if you remember that.
Go have a coffee.
Yeah, we used to do that. And when we were in California, remember he used to be like, hey, let's go to get an ice cream or something.
I think we were also younger. Like, we weren't working.
Well, of course we were younger, but now that we're older and are working, it should be like my treat now.
Yeah. Or
That's
just to
true.
like spend time or go over to his house for coffee, like some morning. Or I love my coffee, everybody, in case anybody noticed.
Yeah, that would be nice because I feel like once you are going through a loss, it kind of opens your eyes more and you're like, I need to spend time with my family and my loved ones.
Yeah, because like we got to see everybody and like, I mean,
it was honestly nice.
It was nice. Like it was, I mean, it was a good time, obviously under the circumstances, but like we should keep our family close.
And we got to, like they were talking about their childhoods and their boyfriends. Yeah. Like, it was fun. It was honestly really fun to get to know them a little bit more. Because we were also kiddos too when we were 15 years ago.
15 years ago. Like that's
literally half my life.
I'm about to be 30.
That's more than half my life.
It's a big year for all of us.
Crazy.
More than half my life.
Yeah. Literally.
That I've seen. So we have decided we started a cousin's Instagram chat. That's a mess. I love it.
It's a hot mess, honestly.
I love it.
But I love
they
it.
were
Let's
adamant.
keep it going.
They were adamant to add Angel. I don't know why.
And he's not even our cousin.
He's not our cousin. And you know what, too? He was like, dang, they would add me right before Lent because he gave up social media for Lent.
Not him asking, what the fuck kind of group chat is this?
Oh, yeah.
That was right before he went.
No, I know, yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
We're also planning to do like a yearly cousins trip.
Oh, that would be fun. We can go there. They can come here.
Or somewhere
we can all
else.
meet somewhere.
Yeah, take turns where we meet or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Nice.
That would be
just
really
because
fun.
it was really like for me personally 15 years that I've seen most of them, even the aunts.
Did you ever meet Angelica?
No,
we did. This time
no, I'm talking about before that.
No. Oh no, we hadn't. You had met her.
I had met her, and
she is so nice.
Yes, I love her.
She's amazing.
I haven't met her baby boy yet.
Girl, oh my god, he's such
love
a sweet.
him.
He was
all in love with you. I heard.
Melly. Oh my god, Melly.
She has
a
way with kids. I think. Well, Odalys, I think.
No, he liked me too.
Dallas too.
Trust me.
Yeah, he was all over her too. He was trying to kiss both of us.
Yes,
Dang.
and he was like,
I just feel like I have more patience. Dallas, like she'll be good for a little bit, and then after she's like, all right, I'm over it. No, I know, but I'm saying like
in general,
you have your
it's
certain
called
time. Yeah,
overstimulation.
that's what I'm saying. Like you have a threshold.
It's called being overstimulated. Okay.
I know. No, but that's good.
He is such a sweetheart though, and he kept asking Millie. He's like, "Do you have a best friend, a boyfriend?" And she's like, "Yeah." Do you kiss him on the mouth? She's like, "Yeah." God. He's like, "Don't do that.
You can't do that."
Jeez. He said, "You're mine."
Yeah, basically.
He's so cute.
No, that's good though. So I feel like definitely hanging out with family is good, especially after a loss. It just brings everyone close together. So if you feel like you haven't called that one family member in a while, I suggest you do.
Unless
reach out to your loved
cut
ones
them out for boundary issues,
exactly.
then keep your peace.
If it's something you want to pursue and you want to, keep that relationship, reach out to them.
Definitely.
If it's been because you have ADHD and they're out of sight, out of mind, then this is your sign to call that person.
I'll go through like a time where I'm like, oh, okay, let me text everybody that I
in
like
my contacts
or whatever. Like, oh, I haven't talked to this person. Oh my god, I wonder how they're doing or whatever. So then I'll just like reach out to a whole bunch of people.
I feel like I'm the same. Yeah. Sometimes I do that too.
My biggest issue is though they'll text back and I'm already bored.
You're done.
Girl, you forget.
It's bad.
No, I forget. No, and sometimes I'll read the message and I'm like, oh, okay, let me reply this or whatever.
Oh, that's me.
And then it just doesn't.
That's me now. I wasn't like that before, but I feel like that's me now with two kids.
And since I like didn't have social media, I think it was since like August or September, and I just barely got it again. Yeah. I'm not on Instagram as often as I was before, and I don't have like the notifications either. So like I'll just get on like every once in a while. Like the other night I was on there laughing my ass off.
Is that why you were sending so many?
God, that was you.
It was.
I thought it was usually Angel when he's in the bathroom.
I'm dead.
Well, he don't got no social media.
So. No, see, once he gets back, he's gonna go ham on that.
He's like, babe, I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. I was like, here, let me brief you.
That's how I was. So then I got the news app.
Oh Lord.
No, she was finding stuff out on Pinterest.
Oh yeah, on Pinterest. Pinterest be having like
you
TikToks
can't shit
and
on
stuff
Pinterest.
on there.
I love.
Oh yeah,
Pinterest.
I'm finding everything
on
on Pinterest.
I'm just saying.
No,
my crochet stuff, my nail stuff, everything's on there. That's my TikToks. I don't have TikTok.
Guys, honestly, this episode's a little all over the place.
It is,
but
I think because we're finding our
mojo back.
Yeah,
coming back in. Definitely, this episode's gonna be a little all over the place. But next week we will be back to your regular scheduled programming
and
topics, all of that. I for sure think we stepped back, especially because of the losses, and we were just not in a good headspace.
And honestly, if you're also going through something and you're in the middle of going through grief, something heavy too, we see you, and we are there.
We see you, and take your time, and you're allowed to cry. You are allowed to mourn. You are allowed to step away from everything and everyone, but don't forget that people are there for you. Yes. And don't be stuck in that hole. Make sure you're out.
To live.
Yeah, you still have to live. You definitely have people who love you, all around. So We want you here, and
we love you.
I don't know you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
We don't know you, but we love you.
Thank you guys for sitting with us on this one, and we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Keep our pod obviously well and alive. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget about us.
I know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.